Update 119 is one of the biggest and most anticipated updates in DayZ, and with so many new changes coming, it's no wonder some people are either very excited or very skeptical. But here, we'll discuss some of its new additions coming to PlayStation, Xbox and PC on October 18 and look at whether or not they actually improve DayZ. If you like the video, please leave a like or a subscribe, it really helps me out. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Just gonna hide in here. Well, I mean, not hide. Okay, I'm hiding. Before we start, I just want to add that this entire thing is my personal take and I don't claim to be an authority on anything, so feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, it's no surprise that an engine upgrade comes with some additional functions, and driving is now quite different, with cars feeling more weighty, adjustments to braking being added, automatics are now available, and various other changes that improve on the driving. But ignoring the comments about how the new automatics are dumbing the difficulty, or even the praises it's getting for the cars now not sending you into space, one of the most common things seems to be that the newly added Humvees are, for a lack of a better word, underwhelming, which is quite an accomplishment for a vehicle that in real life drives at 6 miles per gallon, meaning every time you turn it on, a dolphin dies. But currently in its present state, the Humvee does only have 300 inventory capacity, which compared to the Olga is short by 100. It is limited to 4 seats, the top hatch isn't interactable, and the third person camera is so close you'll want abrupt brake away from intimately rimming the truck. On one hand, these things can present like shortcomings. However, having a vehicle that not only offers limited bulletproofing, damage resistance, and 2 engine components to start, but then also offering more than 4 seats, large storage space, and a gunner position could render almost every other vehicle useless. And it could also greatly shift the focus and balance of DayZ, because if instead of everybody running to the northwest, they'd be running to the nearest spawn point, which is what the developers are clearly trying to avoid. But as the DayZ modder Dumbgrass said, who I'll link in the description, it's much easier for them to add something underpowered and build it up than it is to add something overpowered and nerf it later on. But then there's the adjustment to the player controls, specifically movement, which now feels slower and heavier than before. I've already mentioned that inflicting players with more restrictive movement, but not doing the same with guns, can be problematic. Being able to quickscope with a sniper rifle but not zigzag to safety is an interesting development choice, and although I have now personally acclimated to the new player adjustments, it is easy to feel more of a long-range disadvantage than in 118. So it will be interesting to see if this is something that manifests into an issue or if it has zero impact on practical gameplay at all. The controls do feel better, and at the very least more solid and refined, and I definitely think it was a good decision to do this. But does that refinement come with a cost to combat? I honestly have no idea, but I don't think it's really a game-breaking thing, and I do think we'll have the answer sooner rather than later. Another much discussed and seemingly controversial change is the items now spawning in more damaged conditions. Those of you who played DayZ for a while will probably remember that this is how things used to be, and then one day it disappeared. I think this was down to an error they were having, but now they've managed to fix. This may seem like a blow to some, but its re-implementation has now introduced more of a need to focus and utilize some of its seldom used features. It was nice finding pristine clothing and items, but it was also somewhat incongruent and strange given the nature and aim of the game. And even with weapons, yes, they may be more likely to be found in a damaged state, but their jamming risk is cut by half, so it's not as punishing as it first appears. For me, the core reason DayZ works so well is because the developers have given us a huge world with no rules and a few tools to explore it. It's a world of balance. Everything has a consequence, but everything also comes with a benefit. Nothing is ever too much, or more importantly, too much to handle. They're trying to create loot routes in Livonia and stabilize the game, all while adding additional content. And by introducing this new content and extra features in the way they have, they can slowly grow and expand it over time, bringing it up to the standard and expectation with slow ripples rather than a huge earth-shaking splash, which to me is a much better approach than doing something drastic and then actually breaking the game. But they're just my thoughts, and if you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. And for even more DayZ content, click here. And as always, until next time.